Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. By the way, before I go any further, would you please let me in on the audio? Is the quality better, worse, or how does it appear to you? Does it sound fine? That said, we do need to talk a bit about the updated daily card stamp selectors because it's a fairly big update. So, greetings summoners. As of today, your daily card stamp selectors were updated with new rewards for Cavalier, Valiant progression levels via the in-game store. You'll also find new weekly specials in the web store. These stamp selectors haven't been updated for a while, so we wanted to ensure that they were tuned properly with what each summoner needs to their current progression level. So, let's take a look at that as well as the web store, I suppose. Because they are quite huge. So now 7 of your daily stamps can get you 19,000 tier 4 alpha catalyst fragments, and also they do have 7-star 6 stones. That is obviously on top of the in-game daily specials themselves, which would include more tier 4 alpha, for example. And that is quite massive for Valiant, especially because with this, I know people who can, are wealthy enough to rush these daily specials and buy the lower rarity ones as well. They are getting like Valiant, Paragon, and Thronebreaker ones, so they can get like 2 or 3 of these stamps a day. That means that we are about to see a huge explosion, in my opinion, in some certain specific rosters who are currently kind of like chasing hard to progress. Obviously, if you are free to play or do not spend, then this will not impact you directly, aside from the fact that you will seemingly be going up against the bigger rosters with higher sig levels very, very soon. This is also expected to have impact on the prestige race, if such still exists in any proper meaningful way. And it's certainly quite an interesting change, but with this change also, I do personally believe that we are definitely in for some major upgrades or in the stores, because there's no great way to say this, but if you look at Battlegrounds season rewards, for instance, comparing to this, they are quite rubbish. If you look at Battlegrounds solo and alliance event, Battlegrounds alliance event gives you like a full tier 4 alpha for finishing in like top 10 or like top 20. That's like a massive grind. And here it would effectively equal like $50 or $70. So I am not against Kabam tuning these offers up and increasing the benefits for the spenders, because ultimately that is how they make the money. They keep the game running. And I am kind of like done overstressing about the competitive fairness. This game has gone, past the point where if you don't spend, you are going to be fighting at a disadvantage. You can overcome it to a degree, but that's just the facts of the game, and that's how we play the game. Now, obviously, this all has to happen within the reason. And this is a massive improvement. Previously, I believe it had 4,000 tier 4 alpha catalyst fragments in these selectors. The change from 4,000 to 19,000 obviously has boosted this bundle in itself by a factor of 4, if not more. The big question is, have we seen the improvement in the resources that we can acquire in the game by a factor of 4? I would argue no, not even close. Because one of the bigger issues with Battlegrounds currently, aside from the metas and the AI and so on and so forth, is also the fact that Kabam hasn't updated Battlegrounds rewards for effect in a year, I believe. Battlegrounds store currently in the game is one of the most outdated ones as well, because they did recently add tier 4 alpha in the Alliance Quest store. Not a huge amount, less than you get for one of these bundles that you can get in a week. So if you go to the Alliance store, you can get 2800 times 5, that would be like 14,000. So even if you max this out, you are able to get less than one of those weekly stamp card things, which is not great. Regular AQ doesn't have tier 4 alpha in its rewards at all, even for the TP top alliances. It's only the raids that does. There's no tier 4 alpha in a Battlegrounds store. There's no tier 4 alpha in Battlegrounds rank rewards. There's no tier 4 alpha in Battlegrounds solo event. Only place where it exists is an alliance event. Now, whilst I do think that alliance war rewards have been updated, and they are probably the best ones right now in the game, everything else hasn't. And even alliance war rewards kind of pale in comparison to this, considering what it takes to land in masters and so on and so forth. So, I sincerely hope that Kabam is aware of what a huge change this is in signature stone acquisition, because this is the first reliable, kind of like steady way how players can get 7-star signature stones, aside from the odd deals here and there, and also the speed that players will be able to take up champions to rank 3. Now, I don't think it is like as catastrophic impact as a lot of players will make it out to be, because after a certain point, it doesn't matter as much whether your opposing player has 60 rank 3s in their account, or they have 40 rank 3s in their account, or they have 20 rank 3s in account. Because ultimately, you only use that much, you can still fight rank 3s with your rank 2s for most part, and also you can't use 60 champions at once. Like if you're playing Alliance War, yeah, your choices will be limited, but if you have, let's say, 15 rank 3s, you can still bring your rank 3s for attack if you have ranked up for that season, and you can still set up defense of rank 3s. So the more highest level champions are there in the game, the less each individual new rank up matters. And you guys and everybody understands that psychologically as well. When rank 3s just appear, whenever anybody ranks a new champion up to rank 3, it's like a big massive deal. Like, this is my first, second, third rank 3, and everybody is actively discussing the choices and stuff like that. When there are people with 30, 40 rank 3s, and somebody uploads a video or just casually mentions this is my 40th rank 3, then the individual choice matters significantly less, and players are a lot more liberal with whatever champions they rank up. So the fact that this has happened now, I think is just about as good of a timing, because this resource is obviously still the chase resource in the game for most, but it is significantly more available overall than when it first enters the game. However, I still do think that Kabam should comment on their near future plans on the store updates. I think Kabam Crashed gave us an update a couple months ago, but it's was very vague, first of all. Second of all, I don't think it was quite good enough. For instance, in that post, Kabam Crash said something in the line of Battlegrounds rewards being good enough, when it no way is. If a game mode that is meant to be the centerpiece of this game barely or doesn't feature the top chase materials, it by definition is outdated by at least a generation. If the only source of tier 4 alpha in connection with Battlegrounds is Alliance rank rewards, which is heavily dependent on grinding and not playing Battlegrounds well, so therefore not part of the core function of the Battlegrounds, or at the very least mission statement from the Battlegrounds, then it's just not good enough. There has to be a tier 4 catalysts fragments in Battlegrounds store like last month minimum, so they need to hurry up and do that fast, as well as a generic rewards update for placing in Mysterium, Celestial 5, 6, so on and so forth. And also, a regular AQ rank rewards update definitely has to happen. And I hope it does soon. Otherwise, yet again, we can be one of those extremely disparaging things in this game. And there are already a lot of those that we take on the chin daily. Now, last thing that we're going to take a look at it is going to be that Valiant weekly special. that holds 1 Exalted Crystal, 1507 Star Titan Shards, 125% Tier 6 Class Catalyst Fragment Selector, 8550 Tier 4 Alpha Catalyst Fragments, and the 2 stamps and 2 tickets. So that is a significant deal, to be honest, for $10, considering that it also contributes towards the 19,000 Tier 4 Alpha Catalyst Fragments from there. Let me know what you guys think of the new weekly special as well. But that'll be it for today's video, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have already